Let's begin with those comments from Putin this morning. What stuck out for you?
Well, I think the sort of ultimate message from Putin was this war is going to go on for quite a while, Russians, and you better get used to it. Again, some familiar themes that he would use all the means at his disposal to protect the motherland, to protect Russia, blaming Ukraine, saying that Russia didn't start this war. He was merely defending territory and protecting the people of his own country, and that it was really the Ukrainians who were to blame for it, backed, of course, by the United States. That's always a part of his themes. He said or accused the West of turning what he called a local conflict into a global conflict. That seemed to be another theme of his message today. And as you mentioned, the nuclear arms treaty, the United States says the Russians weren't complying with the treaty anyway, and that they had signaled quite some time ago that they wouldn't be entering negotiations. And very carefully, I think it's true that Putin said today he is suspending talks on the START treaty, but not getting out of the talks permanently, Marcia.
So all eyes are now on Biden, who of course made international headlines with that unprecedented visit to Kyiv yesterday. He's going to be speaking, Biden is, later this morning from Poland. What are we watching for from the U.S. president? What will be his main message, do you think, Paul?
Well, I think in spite of what the security people are saying, that this isn't a direct challenge to Putin, Biden's very presence here in this city yesterday was a direct challenge. And his speech today will be very much in the same vein, saying, look, Russia, you started this war, as Biden said yesterday, your attempts to take over and to defeat Ukraine, to wipe out Ukraine is failing, and that he will commit the United States to unwavering support for Ukraine as well as NATO. So I think that's the theme that Biden is going to touch on, and it's quite clearly a direct challenge to Putin, and Putin has interpreted it that way as well, Marcia.
So we're just days away from the first anniversary of Russia invading Ukraine. What's the feeling there on the ground? And we've heard so much, Paul, about the spring offensive by the Russians. What can you tell us about the fighting as well in terms of what's happening on the ground?
Sure. Well, let's go back to a year ago when this city essentially cleared out. People left to the western part of Ukraine because it was much safer there. The trains took millions of people to the frontiers, to places where they could live safely with their families. Well, many people have come back. Kyiv is operating almost as normal today. I spoke with a cafe owner this morning who left. He got in his car a year ago and got out of town, and then a few months later he decided he had to come back. And he's reopened his cafe, and he says he's no longer afraid of what Vladimir Putin might do. In terms of the spring offensive, most security analysts, military analysts, believe that the Russians have started their offensive, started a few weeks ago on the eastern side of the country in the Donbass region, and that's where they're trying to concentrate on breaking through Ukrainian defensive lines. It's suggested here that Ukraine is more likely to open its spring offensive once it gets those tanks coming in from other Western nations in the southern part of the country, trying to break through Russian lines there. I think that's what we have to look forward to in not just the weeks, but the months ahead, Marcia.
Paul Workman for us in Ukraine.